Hey best friend! Today I'm doing Yandere simulator nail art. I'm starting with the lettering nail art. These nails are inspired by the loading screen when that atmosphere is low. This is a picture of what I'm talking about. I was just using the color scheme. I thought about just putting down red polish instead of putting down white first, but that would make the design barely noticeable. I tried, but can't really see what's going on. And I wanted it to kind of stand out, like the reference. By the way, these nails are glow in the dark, so I put that polish on the red and pink areas of the nails. These are the other nails with lettering nail art, but they're inspired by the normal loading screen that's pink and white. And you can see here that I'm adding the glow in the dark polish. I also added cherry blossom petals, and when I did that, I made pointed ovals, and then I put a darker pink on one side of that oval, and then I blended it in. These heart nails are from the icons of the game. For this one, I used that same brush from when I did the blood splatter, but I cleaned it and dried it before dragging out the design. This is a silhouette of Senpai, and I'm using a glow-in-the-dark polish. This eyeball nail was generated by ChatGPT. Same with the senpai silhouette. When I'm making these lines, I'm using a liner gel that I got from Nails by Dev, and that's what I use for all of the line work. I really like that polish now that I know how to use it. It's really good for making lines because it's very pigmented. I added this aura with a gray polish instead of white because it's easier to ombre into the black, and I only wanted a faint aura. I did the outline for Ryoba off camera. I feel like the outline is the most important part for doing character nail art. It's like the foundation and you just build on it, you know? I used a lot of guidelines on the nail and the reference picture to get the proportions, and I rubbed those lines off with acetone before I cured the nail, except for the one above her head. I didn't notice that until it was already cured. I actually tried to do this nail art without guidelines and you can see a big difference. I was doing a slightly different design when I did that one, but I wanted to switch it up instead of redoing the same exact nail art twice. Anyway, this is a side by side. I really wanted to get this design right because it's like my favorite game right now. I painted the nail with a light nude color that I mixed with pink and white, and I used the brown for the outline. used a very dark brown for the main part of her uniform, and I used a gray for her hair. Then I ended up adding a jelly blue color to that. Now I'm using a very light pink to add blush under her eyes and across her nose. I wish it was a little more noticeable, but I already put 3 coats of that and I didn't want to make the nail lumpy, so I stopped myself from adding more. I'm also adding in the highlighted and shaded areas using jelly colors. After I add the polish for these areas, I wipe off my brush and I don't really clean it. And then I start feathering it out. And I'm using this brush instead of a generic ombre brush because these areas are really tiny and I have more control of where I'm blending with this brush. and this is how they turned out. If you're enjoying the content, go ahead and hit that like button and subscribe so you don't miss any future videos.